Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another top 5 video, but this time I'm going to do concealers. Concealers are always a staple in makeup. They serve so many purposes. Spot concealing, sometimes people even use them as foundation. So today I'm going to show you my top 5 concealers as of right now, 2022. I will be demonstrating what all the concealers look like under my eyes and on like blemishes maybe, and also I'll be doing it from most affordable to most expensive, starting with the most affordable one. Okay, so going in at number 1, we have the Revlon COLORSTAY Full Coverage Concealer, which is the cheapest one. This one is $6.99 and it is actually my favorite and one of the only 2 concealers I like from the drugstore. I like the Fit Me concealer by Maybelline, but this one is phenomenal. Like, this is so different to the Fit Me. It's like giving expensive. It's not a concealer that makes you do like baddie instantly. It's very easy to do natural glam with it, which is why I love it, because you can do both if you really want to. But I usually just, if you're new here, my style is kind of like natural makeup. So everything I usually use it in like a natural way. Those are just the products I gravitate more towards. So yeah, that's how I use it. I use it usually like under my eye, spot conceal, and very light. It's very lightweight as well, breathable. It's like a moussey, hydrating texture as well. I'm going to show you what it looks like under my eye, just one. It's just a very creamy consistency and super easy to blend. I'm just going to use my finger. It's so luxurious, and I don't know if people know about this concealer, but it's genuinely so good, so affordable. £6, and it performs like NARS, like literally. It's so great. You can see as well like how quickly it's blending out my dark circles. Blending is so easy. It's so just like, it's just a beautiful concealer, gorgeous. And as I said, it's competing with some of the top ones I have in my makeup. So this is just a brief blend, but you can see what it looks like. It brightens up the eye, conceals very nicely but still very naturally. So yeah, this is the first one I'm absolutely in love with and that I go for when I'm going for a natural look. Also, I think it's always good to have a go-to drugstore concealer, because sometimes when you're out and you have an emergency, you just need something to like fix your makeup or something and you forgot everything at home, so you need something affordable that you already have at home but that you know works. So this is like my go-to if I need something. Next up, we have one of my favorite brands at the moment's concealer, Rare Beauty. I absolutely love their concealer. I bought this in Spain and I featured it many of times on my channel in my makeup. Like, it is such a great, like, I didn't expect to like this concealer because, you know, it's advertised as a lightweight kind of natural vibe, which is what Rare Beauty is, and it does deliver in that aspect, but this is more on the full coverage side for me, like when it comes to the way it looks with makeup. So I wasn't sure that I would like it when I first applied it, but the more I used it, the more it grew on me, and it's just become one that I always grab for when I'm going for a more like intense kind of natural look, not a everyday kind of friendly vibe. On the website, this is displayed in dollars because in the UK we don't actually have Rare Beauty yet, but by the time this comes out, Rare Beauty will be available in the UK, so I'll link it down below. But on the website it said it's $19, and I don't know what that converts to in pounds, but it's still quite affordable in my opinion. For the coverage and the look, it's so good. I'm going to demonstrate what it looks like on my under eye here. Yeah, as I said, it is lightweight, but it's very, for me, it's quite a lot of coverage for like a natural look. And I'm going to use a brush, not my finger, because it's quite an intense concealer. It's very easy to blend, very creamy. Like Selena, when I heard Selena was launching makeup, I was a bit confused, not gonna lie. I was like, why? But I'm so glad she did, because it's literally, the brand makes so much sense and the products are so consistent. It's literally like Charlotte Tilbury for me. I think it's one of the most consistent brands out there at the moment. You can see what I mean by it creates a very like 2D kind of look. It's perfect for if you're going for eyeshadow, and when you're wearing foundation it looks less crazy, but it's not one that I would wear on its own, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the coverage is like this, and one thing as well that I would say is that when it comes to creasing and stuff, it doesn't really do that. Of course, it's always good to, if you want, use a powder, but I am very okay with not using a powder with this concealer. You can see like my under eye is very much like flat. I didn't conceal it properly, like the full routine, like I don't have an eye cream on or anything, but this is just to show you the natural coverage and the look of the concealer. Very different to the Revlon. I've taken it off now, but you can see that this is more for a done up kind of vibe, but it's still a flawless concealer. My friend actually tried it on. We were just getting ready to do our makeup, and I gave her this because she needed a concealer, and she was very impressed. Like, she is buying it basically. So yeah, it's a very good concealer, which is why it's in the top 5. Also, just so you know, I am removing the concealers after I put them on. I'm not like layering them or anything, just so you can get a fair look on the concealers, but I'm not gonna do too much because my eyes get very irritated very easily, which is why I'm only doing one eye for each concealer. Otherwise I would do 2, but I've got sensitive eyes. Okay, so next we have this Clinique Even Better concealer. How would I describe this? I would say this concealer is perfect for everyday. Like, this is a great everyday concealer. It's one I would wear on its own, with makeup, just whatever. Spot conceal is, it's amazing for that. You know, because sometimes with concealers, there's ones you would put only under your eye, ones you would only put on blemishes, ones you could do with both. So yeah, this Even Better concealer retails at £23, and it's got a little applicator on the end, but we are kind of approaching the pricier side of things now. But I personally believe that this concealer is probably the one that is most appropriate for like all ages and all skin types, because the way it's formulated is just, I believe personally, the best out of all 5 of them. Again, as always with me, it's a lightweight concealer, but it is also full coverage in a sense. Like, it's not as full coverage as the Rare Beauty, but it is still very good at concealing everything. Because it's by Clinique, it's got a lot of skincare benefits in there. I'll list them on screen so you can see. But that is also something I always go for. I love when makeup meets skincare. So the fact that it has that around my eyes, and my eyes are an area that I need to pay more attention to, so when makeup helps, that's always a bonus. So yeah, I'm gonna apply it now for you. It's very hydrating, but it's also quite a soft matte finish. I'm gonna show you how it dries down. It's a very like unique kind of experience. Oh yeah, and I remember one of the key things that stuck out to me with this concealer is that, as I mentioned, my eyes are very sensitive, and this is safe for sensitive eyes and people that wear contacts. I wear contacts and I have sensitive eyes, so this is like a dream team. You can see how it dries down kind of matte, and the coverage is natural but full coverage. I'm going to do it on some blemishes so you can also see what that looks like on them. Okay, let's just say I have this blemish here that I want to conceal. I'm just going to apply it a bit like this. You can see that there is a lot of coverage on the concealer on blemishes too, and you can see that it also doesn't dry down on the blemishes, which is something that I absolutely hate. I hate when concealers do that, so that's very important for me. And the reason why it doesn't do that is because there's skincare in this, and it's got like hyaluronic acid and things like that, so it's always working with you, which I love. So it's a perfect concealer for anything, any age, any skin type. So I feel like this is probably your best bet if you're not sure what you need from a concealer or what your skin type is and stuff like that. I feel like this is probably the best all round for you. I need to have like an intense eye mask after this. I've taken it off now, but also just to add to the Clinique concealer, it doesn't move. Like, it stays wherever you put it. It doesn't move at all. I think it's down to the finish. They really got it right with the finish, so that's another thing, just to add that in there. The next concealer is one that is the newest out of all 5 of them, and it's one that's featured in my favourites video if you watched that. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher Concealer. This is actually replacing the YSL, which I absolutely love. They kind of do the same thing. They're very similar with like the applicator and stuff, but this, in my opinion, is way better. Not way better, but like better. Because I still love the YSL, but this is just doing it for me every single time. This retails at £25. If you're wondering which one of these 5 I would probably wear to a casting or a test shoot or a Polaroid update, it would be this concealer, because the way it reflects the light, it looks so natural. It has the perfect amount of coverage to the point where it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. So it's literally the perfect no makeup concealer. I'm going to show you what it looks like, how I spot conceal with it, and also under my eyes. It is a very, I'm doing both sides. It's a very hydrating concealer as well, and it's one that you can't, you shouldn't be afraid of, sorry. It's one that you can literally just apply everywhere. You know, when you've got a blemish and you just want to spot conceal, it covers it up very nicely. Blends like a dream. You can blend with your fingers, with a brush. I like to blend it with my fingers personally. But it's got a lot of skincare in there as well, which I love. So yeah, it's a dream concealer, honestly. And it's one that I've been using the most for my everyday makeup. I don't know if that's because it's new, but it's also a great concealer, so it could be both. And yeah, for spot concealing, this is just so light, feels like nothing on the skin. And you can see it still has coverage, but it's not uncomfortable. And for me, comfort is very key. It's just as important to me as the coverage and the finish. Like, it needs to feel good on my skin. And this definitely does. It feels very natural, looks natural, reflects the light so beautifully. Doesn't sink into like any cracks or like stick onto any dry patches. So yeah, this is like, again, all of these are top concealers, but this is another top concealer. The shade match is also perfect. Like, you need to get the correct shade if you're trying to do this kind of makeup, otherwise it looks crazy. Last but not least, we have the priciest concealer of them all. This one is £25.99. That doesn't mean it's any better or worse, it's just the case. And it's the LANCOME IDOLE Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. This, out of all 5 of them, is the most hydrating concealer of them all. Like, it's so watery, it's got so much skincare in there. When I first used it, I was like, what is this? And because it's so watery, it's so breathable, it is so light, it's so hydrating. It's just like a real experience, I think. I don't know if you can see like how watery it is. I'm just like shaking it to see, but that's like the consistency. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Even though it's so light, it's still got a lot of coverage in there. But yeah, this is like more for when I'm going fuller glam. So it's so smooth. Oh my gosh, even the applicator is just like a dream. Glides on so lovely. I don't know why I'm doing 2 eyes now, but it's the last one, so why not? But yeah, as I said, it's so hydrating, so easy to blend. Because of the consistency, it's easy to blend. Again, this colour is currently not my shade. This is more like summer shade, but I'm showing you because you need to know about the concealer. So ignore how crazy this is. Also, I don't have a foundation on. I wouldn't wear this without a foundation, so I usually just match the shade compared to my foundation, if that makes sense. So yeah, just focus on the consistency and the coverage. It's almost like an airbrushed look, and it's not uncomfortable. It feels so light. It's so lovely. I really want, like, I wish you could all feel this and try it. Maybe like go into a store or something, because with all these concealers, like, I can't explain it to you. Like, I can only recommend it, but you really need to try in person, the consistency, the coverage. Maybe if they have testers, I don't know, but genuinely these are like so different, especially if you have dry eyes, or like your eyes are your problem area you always struggle with finding concealers. Please try these out, because these have changed my makeup game. Like, people always ask me, how do you apply makeup around your eyes? Your eyes are always dry. And I'm like, this is how. Like, a lot of skin prep, don't get me wrong, but having a concealer that is also hydrating, works with my eyes, is the best. So you can see that it's got coverage. It's definitely buildable as well. If I wanted to correct my under eye a bit more, I can just add a bit more. So that's a great thing as well. Buildable is always good, because you can do 2 kinds of looks. So yeah, this is what the finish looks like. The coverage is beautiful, gorgeous, dreamy, amazing, gorgeous, fabulous. So yeah, these are my top 5 concealers. I think I'm gonna name this my winter edition, because these are very much focused on dry eyes, and I do get dry eyes all year round, but I think these are best suited for winter, and we're in winter now, and these are the ones I use the most. So I'm going to label this video top 5 concealers for winter or dry eyes. Probably by summer I'll have like new launches, new different. I do change up my makeup for summer, so I might do a summer concealer as well. But yeah, these are my top 5. Please, please, please go in store and try them. Test them out, like swatch it, just see how you feel about it, because genuinely they are life-changing. Rare Beauty, as I said, is coming to the UK, so keep your eyes out on them because they are a must, like Rare Beauty forever. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.